Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. And this is another long overdue edition of Tarot Card Tuesday with Leo Brown. And I am, of course, the fabulous Leo Brown. And this is Tarot Card Tuesday. Now, we are dealing with the double whammy. Last time, we dealt with the Five of Staves. And that dealt with conflict, inner conflict, conflict with those around you. This time, I'm going to do a double whammy. I'm going to do two cards today, rolled into one. And we're going to do the 6 and the 7 of Staves. Now, we all know that the 5 of Staves, or in some decks it's called Wands, depending on which deck you choose to use. We all know that the Staves or Wands deal with the element of fire. Fire is creative, it's conductive, it's destructive, and most of all, it is transformative. And it's energetic as well. So, the last time when we talked about the 5 of Staves, we talked about conflict. We talked about conflict with ourselves, conflict with those around us, conflict within the workplace, just conflict all around. Just bullshit, 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 all around. And how to prevent that. Now this time we're going to talk about victory. Finally, the ship is coming in. So let's just say you read for yourself, or you go to me, you go to my website, psychicleo.com, or you go to another reader and say the 6 of Staves comes up in your reading. So let's look at it from a love and relationship point of view first, because that really is like the most popular. I don't know, I mean, we all want to be loved. We all want some loving. Okay, I know I do. Shout out to the lovers in the room. Anyway, so let's just say you get this card, you get the 6 of Staves, and it is in the upright position. So it is dealing with love and relationships. So it basically could mean one of many things. It could mean that finally, after years of, you've read the Ian Van Zandt books, you've done workshops, you've done all the inner work you needed to do. And finally, you're at a point where not only do you love yourself, but you've met someone that loves you all the more. You finally met someone that you really connect with. And so there's a sense of victory. There's a sense of like, after all that struggle, after all the jerks and all the dicks I had to suck, and all the dinners I went through, the dates from hell, and the abusive relationships, I finally have met someone that not only completes my life, but complements my life. But most of all, I compliment myself. So there's a sense of victory in life regarding love relationships thanks to this card. And that's what it can mean if you get it in the upright position regarding love and relationships. Now, let's just take it and let's just see what it's like if you get it in reverse and you're dealing with love and relationships as well. So let's just say you get it in reverse, right? 6 of Staves comes to you, it's in reverse. So it basically means that, even though you've done the work, you've done the Ian Van Zandt, you've been to therapy, you stop, sucking dick on the first date, you know your worth, but it just still seems like, okay, love will never come, I'll never meet anybody. It just feels like it's still eluding you regardless of what you do. Like, even though you've done it, you're not, it's not happening yet. And you're kind of wondering why you're running into a brick wall regarding that. Now, it also can mean on the social front regarding love relationships that people around you, like your family, your friends, are seeing, okay, you're doing the work and you've done the work, but they're not giving you pats on the back. They're not like, oh wow, you really have grown. They're not acknowledging what you're doing. And so in that, your love relationship life is kind of suffering. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so it's kind of suffering a little bit. So these are just some of the things that it could be in regards to a love relationship reading. Now, let's just say you get this card and it's from a different perspective. It's dealing with health. It's dealing with your physical health. So it finally means that you got the card, it's in reverse, or not in reverse, but it's in the upright position, and it's in regards to health. So it means that you finally have lost the weight. The battle is over. You and food are no longer intimate lovers anymore. You and food, you now have an understanding. You've made a truce. You've done therapy on that. You've been to Weight Watchers. You've been to Jenny Craig. You have gone inside and talked to your inner fat boy or fat girl and said, you know what, look, you need to shut the hell up. I'm tired of you making me fat and making me eat. So now we're on an even plane. Now we're good. Now I can have chocolate cake, but not eat the whole cake. Now I can just have a slice. And I'm now maintaining my weight, and people are actually seeing that you're maintaining your weight. Like they're like, wow, you look great. You're getting acknowledgement. You're getting recognition because this card is also about recognition. So people are recognizing that you're doing the work, that you're doing very well. You're maintaining your weight. You are working out every day or at least 3 days a week. Yeah, you may eat some fried chicken every now and again, but you're not eating the whole chicken anymore, baby. You're just eating a little bit. You're eating just 2 pieces. So those are just some of the things. Now, like I said in reverse regarding the love relationships, it could also mean that, okay, yeah, you're on the treadmill, you're doing the Jenny Craig, but it's not coming off. It's just not coming off. You're not losing the weight fast enough. You're kind of at a plateau. Your body's at a plateau. Regarding that, you feel good, but you could be better. You know what I mean? Like that you're not at your tip top. Is basically. So that's what it can mean regarding health. Now regarding business, if you get this card in the upright position, it could mean business and career. It just could mean that finally your ship has come in. The stock tips that you got, they were great stock tips. You now can cash your money in, honey. You can go on the Riviera. You can buy you some prostitutes, honey, and have a good time because you got money now. Finally, if you own your own business, you're finally getting recognized for your business. You're getting accolades, you're getting awards, you're getting, everything that you want. Like all the money's coming in. And, you feel good about it because you're like, I worked hard and it's now paying off. It's kind of like somebody who is, I guess I would say an actor. Like say you're an actor or an actress and you're like, I've gone to school, I've done the training, everything. I've done it and I'm still not where I want to be. Finally, I finally got the right call, I got the right audition and I'm going to be in a movie. And now my career is really taking off. So after all that work and doing those off Broadway plays, you have finally, quote unquote, made it. Or at least that's the way you feel. Now, on a personal level, it can mean that you really feel good about yourself. Like you're like, wow, my ship is finally coming. I feel good about myself. My life is good. You're now standing up for what you believe in. You now know the core of what your self-worth is and who you are. Now, of course, in business and career and even personal development, if you get it in reverse, it just could mean the opposite, that you're working and working and working, but you're not making no money. You're doing what Tony Braxton was doing. You're working and working and working, but then you got to claim bankruptcy. Then you're working and working and working, and you got to claim bankruptcy again. Then you got to go on Oprah and cry about it for a minute. And you're like, well, I've come this far and I'm not getting the recognition. I'm not getting where I want to be. I'm putting out albums, but nobody ain't buying them, Now on a personal level, it can mean that you've just reached a plateau. That, right now your personal growth is it's not at a stop. It's just at a standstill. It's just like, okay, I'm growing, but I'm not where I think I should be. And also this card is all about, okay, just like you didn't gain weight at one time, you're not going to lose weight at one time. Just like you didn't gain your riches at one time, you're not going to lose your riches at one time. It takes time. It's all about progression. This is a very progressionary kind of card. And that's pretty much the Six of Staves in upright and reverse position as well. Okay? Now, let's move on to the Seven of Staves. Now, the Seven of Staves is all about, the Seven of Staves is more about instability and struggle, versus the Six is more about you're actually enjoying the fruits of your labor. You are enjoying, the hard work. Everything is paying off. And also, let me say this too. Also, the Six is also about promotions. So, say you have a question about your career, and the card comes up, the Six of Staves comes up. It's about that there may be a possible promotion on the way, or your promotion is coming, but it's going to be slow. Okay. Now, But the seven of staffs is all about instability. The seven of staffs is all about struggle, and struggle while you have the ultimate ace up your sleeve. So let's just say you get this in the upright, and it's in regards to, we'll say in regards to career. We'll go with that. So let's just say you get this upright, and it's in regards to career. So even though you know everything there is to know about this presentation, you talk with your investors, you're doing very well, right? But there's still struggle because there's somebody either within the job environment or even within you, like you struggle within yourself and you're like, I want to do the right thing, but I don't want to miss out on this opportunity. So that in itself can represent a internal struggle, and can create instability within the workplace and within the job environment. Now, for those of you who own your own business, it could mean that, while you want to grow and you want to do more within your own business, part of you is like, no, I want to stay grassroots. I don't want to sell myself out. But then you know that possible growth is like an ace up your sleeve, but you're like, you're struggling with that, and it's creating instability within your job and within your own business because you can see the pot of gold, but you're like, well, do I want to have to sell who I am to get to that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? Now, of course, if you get it in reverse, it means the exact opposite. It just means that you feel very, very overwhelmed by the choices you have to make. You feel a sense of oppression. You feel like, okay, oh my God, this is never going to change. You feel kind of tied down, basically. So in the business sense, you may feel like, okay, yeah, I had the upper advantage, but at the same time, I feel very oppressed because of the upper advantage that I have. So it can mean that as well. Now, in regards to a love and relationship kind of concern, let's just say you're in a great relationship. You're doing well, but there's things about your partner you don't know, and there's things about you that your partner doesn't know. So that in turn can create some instability for you and some conflict within your relationship, because not that you guys mean to hide secrets, but it's just more of a, what if I tell them about my checkered past? What are they going to think of me? Are they going to judge me? Are they going to leave me? Are they going to make me feel ashamed for who I used to be? Things like that. Now, it can mean that as well. So if you get the seven of staffs in the upright and it's in regards to a love and relationship question, it could mean that, okay, I do have the upper advantage because I have dirt on said partner, but at the same time, my partner has dirt on me. And I don't want to cause instability or conflict within our relationship, but it's causing it anyway because we're not being open and honest about who we are or who we used to be. Now, in reverse, it could mean that because you guys are not being completely frank and completely transparent with one another, it's causing a feeling of oppression in the relationship. You feel overwhelmed. You feel, just tied down. And also, it could mean that you create issues just to to distract, to just as a distraction. Like, say, you don't want your partner to know that 3 years ago you used to work the track, or that, a couple years ago you used to be in a trap house. You know what I mean? Nobody, you don't want your partner to know all that. But so what you do is you create problems. You create petty arguments. You create, dissension in the ranks, just out of nothing. You ever seen couples that argue just over nothing? Things like that. So that's what it can mean as well. Now, in regards to, let's see, we talked about business and career. We talked about love and relationships. So in regards to, we'll go with health and personal growth. So in regards to personal growth, it could mean that if you get this card in the upright position and it's about your personal growth, just you in general, it basically can mean that you know a lot about what's going on around you and within you, but at the same time, you kind of struggle with letting it go. Your walls are still up, your defenses are still up. You're still like, oh my God, there's so much I want to let go of and get out, via therapy, via whatever method I choose to use. But at the same time, I kind of like having that victim complex, because that's a defense mechanism for me when people get too close. So you become a little guarded. Now, if you get this in the reverse, it just can mean that you're avoiding your issues. You're not allowing yourself to grow. You're kind of like, well, you know what? I like being oppressed. Being, I like playing the victim card. Like, I like it because, it kind of, it distracts people from what's really going on with me, you know? Also, this card can mean, just as a side note, just in general, this card can also mean that you're starting to, if you get it in the upright, you're starting to let go of people's issues. Like, you know how they say that you shouldn't make someone else's problems your own? That's what this card is really all about. Don't make people's issues your own issues. Like, when you see people's stuff, when you see people's shit, you just say, not my circus, not my monkeys, and you move on. And that can be hard, trust me. But I digress. Okay, anyway. So, on a personal level, it just could mean that if you get it in the reverse, of course, it could mean that you, like I said, you like being the victim. You like the feeling of oppression because it gives you something to complain about versus you getting off your ass and actually doing something. Now, if you get this in terms of health, it could mean that, you're losing weight, you're doing what you need to do physically, everything is great. But at the same time, you know, how can I say this? Like, at the same time, even though you're doing well with the weight and everything, you still have people around you that want to see you fail. They want to see you get off your diet. They want to see you, fall off the wagon. But the thing of it is, what they don't know is that you actually have dirt on them regarding their issues, whatever their issues may be. So it can mean that even though you have the upper hand and you're looking good and feeling good about yourself, there's always somebody around you, because it can mean that as well. That there's someone around you that has dirt on you, but you have the upper advantage because you have dirt on them. And in turn, that can create some conflict and instability even within that friendship, and even can sabotage your weight or your health efforts as well. Now, if you get this in reverse, of course, it means the opposite. It means that you like being unhealthy. It means that you like eating five rotisserie chickens in one setting, honey. It means that you like your butter pecan, rock and roll, rum raisin, ice cream, all together with a thing of lemon Oreos and a glass of milk, and sitting on the couch and not really doing anything. And you like complaining about, okay, I'm always fat. People take advantage of me because I'm big. I'm a big person. I'm a big boy. I'm a big girl. And, nobody don't like me because I'm a fat girl. No, not really. It's not because you're a fat boy or a fat girl. You just, an asshole. Because trust me, I'm a big boy and it don't mean anything. But, it can mean that as well, that you like doing that because, once again, it's a distraction from your deep inner feelings. And this card is more about getting to the point. This is what I would call the getting to the point card. Like, you just get to the point of what it is. Stop avoiding your issues. Stop creating issues. Get to the point. Get to the point and get over it. Get a grip and get over it. So, that was the 6 and 7 of Staves. I hope you guys have enjoyed that. Like I said, this is for all of you who are either interested in tarot, or you read tarot yourself, or you've gone to readers yourself over the past couple of years. And like I said, if you have any comments, questions, suggestions even, let me know, because that's important. I really value your comments and your suggestions and your questions. And I do read them all. I do. I've just been really busy. That's why I haven't been on here doing that type of video. But I thank you guys so much for subscribing. I hope you like it. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video, rate the video, comment the video, share the video if you want to. And I will talk with you guys very soon. I love you guys very much. Have a great Tuesday. Be well, pray for peace, and pray for love. And most of all, love yourself. I'll talk to you all very soon. Okay? Bye-bye.